The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Live.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, have they found a cure for autism and why women are testing out the bird theory? And YouTube gets into the banning, downloading music scheme, and also what are milk spots? All this and much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. And for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you updated on news and viral videos and stories you might have missed over the last couple days, or we'll be talking about them here in the upcoming few. How are things? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we care about, is that you're getting along with someone and someone's getting along with you. Now, I am totally confused right now. I am lost. I am disheveled. I am losing my mind because a while back, the kids got new sayings all the time, left and right. They got a new saying for this, a new saying for that. Everything's fire, and then nothing's on fire, and then everything's, simps, and then nothing simps. And then the latest one that we talked about here on the show past couple weeks ago was 6'7". What's 6'7"? Everything's 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". And I'm like, all right, I got it. It's kind of mid. You're not a 10. You're not a 5. You're in between 5 and 10. So that's a 6 and a 7. So everything's 6'7", 6'7". And they do that hand gesture, if you're watching this here on the YouTube channel, like you're juggling something. Juggling balls in the air with no, like you're pantomiming it. The latest one that's come out, and I've seen it on TikTok, and that's the latest trend that's been bombarding my feed, is Group 7. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is Group 7? What is this about now? What are we talking about? What is this new thing that's coming around saying, oh, you're Group 7? I thought I wanted to be in Group 1. Like when you board an airplane or something like that, you want to be Group 1. You don't want to be Group 7. That's the people who get the last seats on the airplane. But no, it's something totally different. And it's based on Group 7, I guess, is the best group to be in. And the reason why I say that is because it's based on a song or something like that where the lyrics are going, and I'm not, I don't know the song by heart, but I'm just talking from what I've seen on videos and stuff where it's like, everyone in Group 2 is okay. Everyone in Group 3 is better. Everyone in Group 4 is better than 2 and 3. And Group 5 and 6 are the worst. And then Group 7 takes it all. So it's essentially that. I mean, I'm paraphrasing the lyrics, but they're saying that everyone wants to be in Group 7. So you see all these TikTok videos, majority of them is middle-aged women, white women, sitting in the car waiting to pick up their kids at daycare or the school line, the pickup line. They're all waiting in their cars, and they've got their feet up on the dashboard, and they're sitting back, and they got the phone, and they're just kind of smiling, and it says, I'm Group 7, if you know, or something like that. Group 7, I'm Group 7. Now, I dove deep hard into what is the deal? I mean, what's the actual deal with this? And I found the basic explanation and inspiration of this song and why or this phrase and why it is the way it is. So for every podcast we do, we have our own YouTube channel as well. You can see the full-length podcast. Just search DeaconLive, all one word, over on YouTube. And make sure you give us a subscribe, a little thumbs up over there. And you can see all these videos in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. And this is one video you don't want to miss. So I'm going to switch over to camera. What camera am I going to? Oh, I'm going to camera 4. And this is Ryan Clark in Mindset. Ryan Clark in Mindset? Am I reading that right? Ryan Clark, or is it Clark in? Fuck it. Let's see what Ryan Clark in Mindset has to say about the explanation of Group 7.
Hence 6, 7. So a brilliant artist named Sophia James recognized that, hey, people have this need to belong to something. And she made this new song called So Unfair. And she decided, well, I'm going to create these groups. So she started at Group 4 for some reason. I don't know why. She started at Group 4. So she made a post. You can check out her page and check out these videos. But she made a post, Group 4, Group 5, Group 6, Group 7, basically like saying, if you see this, you're Group 4. If you see this, you're Group 5. Just like wanting to see which one popped off. And Group 7 went crazy. And so it's not just a way to promote her song, which I've put down here.
Down there.
But it's also, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
And we're moving into this realm.
But it does. It does mean something. If she's talking about, and I do a song, and everyone who sees this is in group 4, yay, yay, yay. Everyone who sees this is in group 5, hip, hip, hooray. Group 6, you suck. And group 7, you're the best. And,
of memes where people are creating these group identities that mean whatever you want them to mean, and they're just something that you say to belong to something. So in summary, group 7 means whatever you want it to mean, and it's actively being defined in it's nothingness as we speak.
I'm going to say right
What
now.
is
All right,
group 7?
Thank you very much there, Ryan Clarkin. If that's your real name. I'm going to say this right now. People in group 7, you suck. You suck. Group 4, everyone wants to be the lowest number, right? 1 is the loneliest number. 2 is better than 1, but yet 1 is only begun. I think I got a song there somewhere. Group 4, we're the best. I'm group 4. I'm group 4. People are going to say, you belong on the bottom, you piece of crap. So there you go. If you're group 7, we'd love to hear from you. Even if you're group 5. Nobody talks about group 5. They might be the smartest people, but they're a little, recluse. They're introverts. They don't want to, I'm in group 5. It's okay. It's okay. Group 6, they're just praying to God that they don't drop down a level or get bumped up a level. They just want to skate on by. Man, I'm group 6, man. And group 4 are just finding their way in this world. So if you're one of those groups, we'd love to hear from you. And the way you can do that, you can be part of the show, is go over to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, Be Heard. You can leave a message. We broadcast every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a little town we like to call Marshville. Your voice can be heard right alongside of us here in the studios. You can go back through all the past 11 years of shows. I'm not telling you to go back 11 years, but we've been doing this for 11 years. And you can ask me anything you want, and I'll play your voice. You can be anonymous, too, if you want. Just get your voice in and be heard during the broadcast. All right, when we come back, this guy has had a real rough day. And, he was arrested for masturbating. Now you're like going, all right, so everyone masturbates, right? But this guy was doing it in weird places. And I'll give you a list and the rundown of all the places he was chased out all in the same day. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love for you to be part of the show. And the way you can do that is go over to prophetradio.com. At the very top of the page says, Be Heard. Your voice can be heard alongside of us here in the studio. Speak right into any kind of microphone that you got on your smart tablet, on your smartphone, on your smart TV. If it's got a microphone on it and can record your voice, all you have to do is hit the little orange button, opens up a microphone, and you can be anonymous. It says name, optional. You got to put a name in there, or I'm going to call you Poopy Pee Pants. And then it's going to want an email address, just to make sure that you're not a robot or anything like that. Not that robots listen to the show and, post stuff on our website. And speak right into that, and it comes, and you can listen back too. Make sure you got it all right. And then you hit send, and it comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. Like I said, we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, on a beautiful little town, on a beautiful little property called Marshville. Now, my wife, you ever had a wife before? No. You ever had a spouse or significant other that likes to pop the pimples and squeeze and do all that stuff? For me, it's relaxing to a certain point. Like right before I go to bed, not to get into my personal business, but right before I go to bed, my wife would go, "Do you mind if I pick for a little bit?" I'm like, "Yeah, and I'm pretty clean. I'm not a hairy man. I do have some hair to represent that I am a mammal of some sort. But she will sit there and maybe a little blackhead or something. I know everyone is going, bleh, bleh. But she'll pick, and she's like, nothing tonight. And she's got the little tools that you see on TV with the little eye loop on it. Looks like some kind of crocheting needle, and she's poking. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. She said to me the other day that she was worried about these little dots around my neck, around my collar line. And I said, well, what do they look like? They're on the back of my neck. I can't really see them. She's like, they're like wax or something up underneath your skin. And for those of you who are new to the program, I walk and run. I've been running now, by the way. And you can see it in my face. I'm looking pretty svelte. Is that a good word to say? And I wear the same shirt for like 2-3 days straight, and I air dry it out, and it's my gym clothes. That's what I wear every day when I go running. And I think it might be caused, the little bumps might be caused by the little sweat ring that gets on my neck and stuff. But what doctors are saying right now, dermatologist has issued a warning to people who have serious white spots on their body. It is not uncommon to notice little bumps and lumps all over your body, but in fact, it's more important to be able to distinguish. Oh my God, I've got. Oh, excuse me. Distinguish which changes in your skin are harmless and which should warrant a visit to a doctor. Fortunately, the bumps that we're talking about are completely normal and nothing to worry about medically wise, but they're often mistaken for tiny pimples or whiteheads. Most commonly found on the face, such as the forehead, nose, and under the eyes, and erupting clusters. These white bumps are called milia, M-I-L-I-A. They're often referred to also as milk spots. These bumps are harmless little cysts created by buildup of keratin and can also appear on your chest, back, and even your genitals. All right, great. Babe, you want to check these? Any milk spots on my junk? Again, there's nothing to worry about. Milia can impact the people of any age, around 40 or 50% of babies. Oh, I thought it was going to go the age route. Between 40 to 50% of babies. Why did it say percent and it spelled it out? I don't know. It was weird. Of babies have the condition. They're often asymptomatic, although some types of milia can cause itching. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the bumps will often disappear on their own within a couple of weeks. Long-term sun exposure, steroid creams, and autoimmune response, causes, big words are hard for me sometimes, often causes milia. However, they are not contagious. Is there anything you should be concerned about? No. Given the fact that milia are asymptomatic, they are not likely to be any underlying illness. There's no cause for concern or health-wise. However, dermatologists have issued warnings when it comes to treating them. Do not attempt to extract them at home under any circumstances. You hear that, babe? I just want to get a knife and shear them off like cheese. Gross. There goes the other half of the audience. They cannot be extracted easily. Dr. Marnie Nussbaum, clinical instructor of dermatology at the well-known Cornell Medical College. That sounds fancy, so I got to believe her. Anyone who tries to pop a particular stubborn spot knows how often it'll end with your skin appearing red, inflamed, and looking worse than it did before in the first place. So don't worry. The milk spots are good for you. What they say, Mom always says milk is good for the body. Milk spots are also good for the body. So leave the milk spots alone. Now, this guy right here could not leave himself alone. Talking about having a bad day. And I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here. This guy looks like Bill Hader's brother. If you're looking him out of here on the YouTube channel, doesn't he look like Bill Hader? So let's go back to me now. This gentleman right here, a man in Oregon, had a really, really rough day and went on a rampage. After a day of odd behavior that ended with him exposing himself and masturbating in a bar, it took more than a dozen police officers to get the situation under control. Come on, Andrew. Andrew Frey, 37, of Beaverton, Oregon, was arrested Sunday after police got calls about a strange behavior at Iggy's Bar and Grill on Portland Road, northeast of Salem. The Marion County Sheriff's Officer said Frey's weird actions that day started earlier when he called a locksmith to his home, but refused to pay for the work. All right, so we'll start there. Then he went out shopping, and where the workers had to kick him out, and after leaving the shopping center, they didn't say why he went shopping. He went to a shopping center where workers had to kick him out. What'd he do? What'd he do there? I need more details. I continue. After leaving the shopping center, Frey went to the Iggy's Bar and Grill. The bartender told the police that Frey sat down at the bar, pulled out his private parts, sure, why not? It's that kind of place, right? And started masturbating. When the deputy showed up, Frey had moved to the bathroom but kept going on with his lewd act. Coming to get me! Get back here! Pull your pants out. The deputy tried to arrest him, but Frey fought back. Gross! How much did they actually fight with him? I mean, he's got one hand on his junk and one hand on the steering wheel, right? The two started to fight when the dispatcher could not reach the deputy on his radio call for help. Within at least 15 officers from Salem, Kaiser, and Marion County showed up to finally stop Frey. Must be a slow days. The officer hit him with a taser several times. After getting him arrested, Frey was taken to the Salem Memorial Hospital to get checked out because of his crazy behavior. Crazy. You know, he didn't pay for the locksmith. He went to maybe had a little altercation at the Publix, the shopping center, and he pulls out his junk at Iggy's Bar and Grill. I mean, what else are you going to do at Iggy's Bar and Grill? Have you eaten there before? No. When he got there, he told the police that he had used meth on Saturday. Oh, Andy. And the day before everything happened. He said he couldn't remember anything that happened that Sunday. Frey was charged with public indecency, resisting arrest, and theft of services. The theft charge came when he didn't pay the locksmith. Earlier that day, police said the mix-up of meth and the meth use and Frey fighting back made it really hard for officers to get him under control. While Frey's case is a pretty strange one, there have been other bizarre arrest incidents where people acted weird in public places. Is it in Oregon? Is it only in Oregon? I hope not. Oregon, you got to get your shit together over there. You got to clean your meth up. Clean your meth up. So that's what's going on over there. All right, guys, when we come back, remember when they said that peanut allergies can be cured or something like that? I think I'm making that up. But back in the 2000s, a group of doctors got together and said, you know what? Let's not give babies peanuts because of the allergies that kids are having now. And then fast forward to today and their response. Do they still stand on their response? Well, I'll give you the update on what they're talking about now. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, to get something for free, what you got to do to get it is go over to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says free swag. Pick yourself something out over there. You can see all the different programming that comes out of the studio. Get yourself something over there, and it's not an email grab or anything like that. It's just their way of thanking you and shanking you for listening to all the fine programming coming out of the studio. There's a couple different podcasts that are over there. I'm included in a couple of them, so we'd love for you to be part of the show and just our way of saying thank you. So you can get some stickers. I think there's some keychains, some headphones and stuff. So check that out over at prophetradio.com. Keyword free swag. All right, now, peanuts. You always hear about it. Speaking of, boarding a plane and getting on a plane, and you can't have peanuts on the plane anymore because of allergies and stuff. And you're like thinking to yourself, God, when has it ever been this bad? Like today, don't freak out. Anything with a peanut or you got to put stuff on packages now. This product was made in a factory that does have peanuts in the factory, but they're pork rinds. I know, but we make peanuts on the other side of the factory. Well, you don't make peanuts. We roast peanuts on the other side of the factory. So sometimes you might get a little cross-contamination and people will freak out. Oh my God, my child's got peanut allergies. Well, guess what? They're coming to find out right now that decades of faulty medical guidance telling parents to keep peanuts away from their babies has likely fueled the childhood food allergy crisis of today, according to the new studies published this past Monday in a pediatrics journal. Health experts spent years recommending that parents avoid exposing infants to common allergy foods, and the allergy rates have climbed. But in 2015, trial flipped that it was thinking on its head. All right. I hate the AI version of this stuff. Finding that feeding peanuts to babies slashes the chances of developing an allergy over 80%. After the national guidelines reversed the course in 2017, food allergy rates in children under the age of 3 dropped by 36% between 2017 and 2020. Compared to 2015 levels. So peanut allergies are specifically fell altogether by 43%. So there's where is this from? This is from Sunday morning. Was it Good Day Sunday morning? Something like that. And let's get a little bit more because there's There's a couple people that you might know the names of where they told us to do other things as well. Hink, hink, wink, wink, ouchie, Fauci type deal. And so this has kind of proven his theories wrong as well. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4, and we can see this in all real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So here we go.
In the American Academy of Pediatricians,
Hold on,
in the year 2000, the American Academy of Pediatricians recommended not giving peanuts to infants for fear of allergies. It was later discovered that, in fact, that was causing an estimated 80% of the allergies because the bodies were learning to treat peanuts as a foreign object. The explosion in allergies was driven by the bad piece of advice, which was itself based on nothing. I asked Dr. Anthony Fauci about this back in 2019.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of
Dr. Fauci, give us vaccines. Help all the people who have been quarantined. We'll wear our masks and we'll have to stay distant. We'll wash our hands and we'll be more resistant. Fauci, yes, promise us please. We'll have a cure that can fight off this disease. Restrictions will lift with some ease. Dr. Fauci, don't forget me.
Allergy and Infectious Diseases now believes that telling families to eliminate peanuts actually made things worse.
Was that an error?
I didn't make the recommendation.
You didn't.
That's for sure. You know, I wouldn't say it was an error. I think what it was a judgment call that in the retrospect was the wrong call.
So that wrong call, 17 years later, was reversed by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, recommending you now expose infants to peanuts early so that they get used to it and they don't generate an allergy. Now we have the first study showing the impact of this exposure. Already, you've got a 40% decline in peanut allergies. Peanuts have gone from the number one most allergenic food, most kids affected, to number 2. Eggs are now above it. This is the beginning of a major change. The reason I say it hasn't enough responsibility has not been claimed is because most caregivers in the latest survey still don't expose their kids to peanuts early on because they're remembering that earlier piece of bad medical advice. The American Academy of Pediatrics, they need to be out front, like loudly beating the drum on this, because clearly, as this new study shows, it's written up in the Times today, it can make a massive difference.
So did I do that? I did. Fuck. All right, I'll figure that out later. So do you have a child that was exposed early on with peanuts? I mean, what did your doctor say? What did your doctor say as far as, giving your child, your newborn or whatever, even in the last, since 2019, over the last 6 years? Have you had a child where peanuts were introduced or not introduced? And does your child have, allergies today? So I'd like to hear you, and you can do that by going over to profitradio.com. Now, they are saying, we had this whole thing about Tylenol and how Tylenol supposedly creates autism. I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else here that I messed up on, but I'll figure that out later. So when they say, Tylenol may produce or create autism, because the fact is what Tylenol does, the acetaminophen, removes some kind of acid, not a folic acid, but some kind of acid in your body that creates, pain and inflammation and that type stuff. So they've now come across something, if your child has autism right now, it's because it was born in the womb or in utero without that certain type of acid. I want to say folic acid because I know it's in the story, but I don't know if that's the exact same thing. But I'll dive in the story here in just one sec. So they're now finding out that there may be a cure for autism, like a shot or something, and all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, your kid's running around like crazy and doing normal kid stuff. They're saying that this vitamin could be the cause and cure for autism. Here's what science is really saying. Can we believe them after the whole peanut episode? And recently, in the United States Department of Health and Human Services has issued a severely high-profile announcement around its work in determining the cause of autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. One of these announcements declared that there is a link between low levels of brain folate levels and autism, particularly in a small subset of individuals with a rare neurologic condition. The HHS has also determined What is the HHS? Did I say that before? Oh, Health and Human Services. All right, there you go. Cleared that one up. Has also determined that the high dose of folic acid supplement can resolve symptoms of this condition, many of which overlap the symptoms of ADS. Oh, now I gotta. Now it's gonna make me jump over a paywall. Let's see if I can go around this. So the FDA has conducted systematic analysis of literatures published between 2009 and 2024, including published cases where patients leveled information as well as mechanistic data has determined the information. Okay, so the witnesses fourfold. What did I get into here? I don't think that's it. Become a member. I don't want to become a member. I want to read the rest of the article. Oh, well, they're not going to let me read the rest of the article. But what they're saying is the folate acid that you can find in like kale and other leafy greens and stuff like that may help reverse the side effects. I say side effects. Reverse the I don't want to call it a disorder. Is it? Yeah, it's a disorder, isn't it? So it may resist or help with or controlling the disorder, which is autism. So leafy greens. Now I know when you're autistic, you don't want to touch or do anything certain outside your comfort zone. So maybe the folic acid. When I say folate, FOLATE, folate acid. Is they're saying in Men's Health magazine, but if you got a subscription to that, you can get past the paywall. I had it, but I guess I left it up too long. They're saying that may help, adding that to your child's diet may help prevent or help deal with autism a little bit more. Did that make sense? I don't know. Sue me later, right? When we come back, we have a hometown hero that has made a great change in Halloween decorations right out of North Carolina, and I'll tell you his story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, all the musical artists that you hear during the breaks on the podcast are all independent artists. They're all unsigned bands, very talented artists. And what we've done collectively is put all of those on one big long playlist. So if you have Spotify out there, you can search Music Heard on Deacon Live, and we've been putting up there. We started this year when it was available to us, so we've had every artist from the start of this year, 2025, up there, and I think that's getting close to 100 and something artists up there. And so if you're listening to like your playlist, like working out and stuff, you want to hear something new, something different, and not the same old stuff. And open your mind, expand your mind a little bit as far as the music that's out there. There's some great independent artists out there, and there's some that are not so good, but still, they're out there doing their thing. So add that to your playlist. Just search Music Heard on Deacon Live, and make sure you add it to your favorite playlist, and show them some love and some support as well, because they get a little couple shekels if you listen to their music when they get past a certain point. I think, out of 10,000 downloads, they might get like a nickel or two in their pocketbook, but every little bit helps those artists. So check those out at Music Heard on Deacon Live. Now, let's see, where are we going? Oh, speaking of music, YouTube has pretty much been the gatekeeper of like downloading. You have to like get these special different downloaders and hacks and apps and stuff to download the music off of their channel. There's no like download button or anything like that they have up there, but there are websites that you can go to and like put in the URL code and you can physically like download songs and stuff. They're not the best quality. I use something, let's see, what do I use right here? I use JDownloader 2, but there's like a lot of steps that you have to go through. You have to download the video, and you can download the playlist too, and then it puts it in a MKV form, and then from there you got to change it over to MP3. So I use Media Human to switch that over. It's a process, but it sure beats me going out there and trying to find or buy the music. I'm not going to do that. It takes me a little bit, like for a 3-minute song, it might take me 8-9 minutes to download it, break the code on it, and then be able to turn it into MP3 form. I don't do it often, but there's a couple shows where I need a certain song, and I've got a category or catalog from Prophet Radio of maybe 200,000 songs. And I'm like, going, really? I don't have that song? Oh, well, I might as well go to YouTube, download it, crack the code, and then put it in my my media music source thing files. You know what I'm saying. But YouTube is getting wise. They're getting wiser and wiser all the time, believe it or not. A bunch of ripping sites, when I say ripping sites, used by millions to illegally download content. Oh my God, is it illegal? Oh my God, I had no idea. From YouTube has now been closed down. Ripping has been around for the longest time, and piracy problems for record labels. Can you call them record labels still? Do we call them record labels? Anyways. Enabling people to steal copies of music appearing on YouTube for offline usage. A dozen sites has offered such services for free has been taken offline following a target enforcement action in Vietnam. Oh my God, all the way over there? A group were collectively visiting more than 620 million times globally in the last year. Y2Mate.com was the biggest of the lot. Whew, I'm glad I'm not on there. Now, the sites are all showing a warning to anyone who's seeking to illegally download music. Stream ripping sites that turn licensed streams into free downloads are illegal, it reads. Using or operating them can lead to serious consequences, including criminal conviction. Site operators agree to take them all down after being pursued by the IFPI, an organization that represents recording industries worldwide. The IFPI is now put in position in all sites. So here's the sites that they're out there. So if you're on these sites, get ready. You're going to see these warnings. They're going to come get you. It's kind of like at the beginning of like a DVD or a VHS, federal warning, do not copy, redistribute, or whatever like that. And you're like going, really? Honestly. Here are the sites. N. Where did I get N from? 9convert.com, ny2mate.com, tomp, TOMP3.cc, ump3.cc, ump3.com, y2mate.gg, yt1s.gg. Everyone's writing these down. I got so going youtube.ep.com, y2mate.com, like I said, y2s.com, vidcombo.com, and y2mates.com. So if you're using those sites to download free music, shame on you. Shame on you. You know what? I've always said this. If your music can get out there and get to the mass people, right? For example, the artists that are on this station. Now, granted, they pay for getting their music to be promoted, and they pay me to promote their music and things like that. So when you hear me talk about the bands and talk about all that, believe me, it's a paid advertisement for me to sit there and go, yes, I like these songs. I'd never say I don't like these songs, but the songs that I don't like, they don't make the show. But if you want people to listen to your music, and the more people that can listen to your music and like your music, let's say you go to an event, you've got a show. Hey, you're opening up for The Cult. You're opening up for Lamar Odom. Does he make songs? No, I'm thinking of Kendrick Lamar. I knew there was a Lamar in there somewhere. And you're going to open up for Kendrick Lamar. You know why? Because you've gotten all these different downloads and stuff off of your music that people aren't paying for, of course, but you get now nationally known. You're in front of people now. Now you can start selling, instead of $5 tickets to your shows, you can maybe charge $15 tickets for your show. And that's where you make your money. That's where the money is in the business. That's why I say, record labels. Are there really record labels anymore? Are we really distributing hard copies of media in that sense? But I guess not. So, that's why ticket sales are going so high. Everyone freaks out about ticket sales. It's, Ticketmaster and the service fees and stuff. No. You don't understand. These people are not making money on their music, physical listening music anymore. They're making money on their concerts, which is great. The more people that you can reach with your music, the more people that are going to show up with your concert, and then the money will come in hand. So there you go. Fuck you, Metallica. Fuck you. There's a big long story about that anyways. Now, this guy right here, congratulations to him, because, we're getting close to Halloween time, and you've seen all the decorations and stuff in stores. So Lowe's and Home Depot. Every year, the animatronics or whatever get taller, they get bigger, they get scarier. And people are like going, Halloween is a thing now. Halloween is, we start decorating in August because it takes us forever to assemble these freaking 12-foot skeletons. And I saw one, it was called the Midnight Creeper or something like that. It was fucking 15 feet tall, big red eyes glowing. It had like a lantern. He had like almost like a vampire type face, like Bela Lugosi, but bald. And it was like $220-something, marked down from $500. I'm like, God damn, these things are expensive. But there is a business for them, and there's a market for them. This gentleman right here, a Charlotte man, is the brains behind the Bones creation of the party skeleton that you might have seen in your Lowe's and Home Improvement store. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 so you can see which one it actually is. There he is. It's a little skeleton, kind of looks like, pop art, or not the pop art. What's the bobblehead thing? And he's got headphones on, he's got purple gloves on, he's got like orange shoes on, and he's a little skeleton. He's probably about 3 feet tall. So let's dive into the story. Oh, look right here. A 3-foot animatronic skeleton wears purple and orange headphones, gloves, and sneakers. His ribs and eyes and feet glow as the motion and sound active skeleton pops into life, dancing to the beat of the music. It's been one of the highlights of my career. This gentleman right here, Emmanuel Coleman, at 35 years old. People took time not to only make it, but people want to buy it. So there's a lot of people that made it, and people really, really want to buy it. He said it's really, really humbling. Coleman started work at Lowe's 10 years ago as a cashier at the Concord store, which is about 45 minutes to an hour from where we live. Since 2015, he's been the merchandising faculty coordinator for Lowe's and the design center in Troutman. I forget how far Troutman is from us. Coleman isn't a... Hold on. Get a little fast from my britches here. Coleman isn't on the Mooresville-based chain design team, but was given a chance to pitch some ideas. From over 70 designs Coleman created, the party skeleton made the cut, fitting Lowe's theme of whimsical but yet in the spirit of Halloween. The motion-activated dancing skeleton is cute and fun, said Clavon Lowe, Lowe's senior director and product design and trend. So I guess the Lowe's name is still in the Clavon's part of the team still for the Lowe's stores. Lowe's has its own design team and for its private brand and works with vendors and partners. Lowe learned about Coleman's art background and offered him an opportunity to put his game into the interactive media design bachelor degree that he has from the Living Arts College in Winston-Salem to work. Coleman's journey was a creature started in 2023 from an idea to production involved rounds of feedback, color swatch matching, and cost checks. So he put a lot of time into it. He didn't just, spit this thing out and they did there it is, we got it. They did a lot of in-depth analysis of this thing. It took Coleman over a week to sketch the plan to design, thinking about how it would move and other factors. The indoor skeleton has 640 multiple colored LED lights and a 10-foot power cord. Excuse me. The party skeleton has become the top seller, sold only at Lowe's, and is going on display in August. So it's up if you've seen it. Lowe's declined to provide sales figures, but its price is listed at $99.98. That's what I said. These things are fucking expensive. Lowe's operates 1,700 stores. It has about 300,000 workers, mostly hourly employees, and about 11,000 employees in the Charlotte region, including 5,000 corporate workers. This is their home base, by the way, up here in Concord. The first time Coleman saw his finished product while visiting a Lowe's store with relatives. So many people were looking towards it dancing and jumping around. So there you go. This guy created a dancing skeleton. He's from the Concord area, the Charlotte area, I should say. And it's on all the stores and stuff. So there you go. Congratulations, hometown hero, if you want to call him a hometown hero. But, he's not on the design team. He's not on anything that would get stuff made at the store, but the main guy, it was his name, Clavon, gave him a chance, and he did it, knocked it out of the park. So congratulations to, oh God, what was his name again? Talked all about him. and I forget his name. That's Clavon. His name is still today, he's still around, Emmanuel Coleman. So congratulations to Emmanuel Coleman. All right, guys, one more little segment, and we're going to talk about a senior shirt. You know how they have now senior T-shirts and stuff that was partaken away because, I say partaken? Is that a word? People are upset about it because they were taken back as far as what it actually said on the shirt. How dare they put the N-word on our senior shirt? Did they really, though? So you'll be the judge, and I'll show you that when we come back. So stick around. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. If you're listening to this show, thank you very much for being part of the Deacon Live family. But if you are not watching the videos over on YouTube, what you can do is you can jump on over to Facebook, because all the articles, or most of the main articles that we have here during the show, I'll post them up there on the Deacon Live Facebook page, and you can read the articles themselves and see them and share them with your friends as well. You have a hard copy or a digital hard copy of the articles that I talk about here during the show, so you can share them to your friends and say, look, he's telling the truth, man. I heard it. He said it. I saw it, and it is word. It is law. So go on over there, join us over on Facebook, and you can keep up to date with all the news stories and things that goes on here behind the scenes of Deacon Live. Now, the bird theory. Women right now are testing what the bird theory is. Of course, it's a TikTok trend, and everything's got a name to it. But is the bird theory legit? A woman captures a devastating moment that she realizes her marriage is over mid-cruise. A viral TikTok video has viewers gutted after a woman recorded the moment that she realized her marriage was falling apart while they just got married several years ago. In the video, creator Kiki, the real Mrs. Jones, well, she's going to be Miss Jones here in a minute, tries to get her husband's attention through smiles, gestures, only to be met with a cold detachment. The clip has surpassed 31 million views in one day and has reignited the bird theory, a viral relationship test that supposedly reveals that whether your partner has truly invested in you. I keep trying to get his attention, the video starts out. On Sunday, TikToker Kiki, the real Mrs. Jones, going to be Miss Jones here in a minute, posted a video of herself in which she seems to be stroking her husband's beard, rubbing his shoulder, and otherwise trying to get his attention. She holds up her drink and sings along on the cruise tunes. All right, I guess they're on a cruise or whatever. Oh, they're in mid-cruise. Got it. Makes sense now. I thought they were like mid-wedding. No, they're in the middle of a cruise on a ship. But he remains impassive and uninterested. The day I realized my husband doesn't want me, the caption reads. I kept trying to get his attention, and he looks at other girls like he was embarrassed of me. The TikToker married her husband around 6 months ago. Oh, there you go. So it wasn't any longer than I thought it was. She recorded much of this event on her page, showing a man who appeared to be utterly in love and a couple of blissful happiness. All right, so let's see. The past 24 hours filled up her account with footage of her crying, dancing in her old wedding dress, and generally enduring a terrible heartbreak. Oh, Jesus Christ, woman. This is depressing. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here, speaking of depressing, and we're all going to enjoy her downfall. So this is Kiki, the real Mrs. Jones. And here we go. So she's got a hand on his shoulder, and he's like, oh, what? Stroking his beard. And there's music playing in the background. She looks a little tipsy. She's got a drink in her hand, one of those island drinks or boat drinks. It's green or blue or something like that. Rubbing his chest. Nothing. Takes a sip of her drink. She looks at the camera, looks back at him. They're having a good time. Well, she is. He's not. Another video. Same video. Hey. He's like, girl, don't sing. He's on his phone. Love this song. Sing, girl. She's having a good time. He is head down in his phone. Has no enjoyment of watching her do any of this. Sip it. Sip it. Get it, girl. She's having fun. We can be insane. And that was it. That was it. And her husband, let's go back to me now. And her husband's just sitting there face down in his phone. I guess they have cell signal out there. I would imagine so, but there you go. So the bird theory, tell me if you've ever gotten across that with your significant other one or whatever. Let us know over at profitradio.com. Now, this right here, senior shirts. I think I went to Oak Ridge High School. Graduated in 19. I'm in the 1900s. I graduated, and we were the pioneers, so it was always Pioneer Power. Pioneer Power, class of whatever. I was class up. But this Maryland high school, they sold senior shirts, so you had to, if you wanted to get out of class, you had to have a senior shirt on. But this Maryland high school district issued an apology and launched an investigation after the high school began distributing senior class T-shirts with a design that represented an anti-black racial slur. Is it an anti-black racial slur or just a black racial slur? You know what I'm talking about. The big word, the N word. So I'm going to dive into the story a little bit more, and let's find out what's actually offending the white Karens of this school. According to local news outlets, Montgomery County Schools sent a letter to the parents and the school community of the Sherwood High School, confirming that the design of the T-shirts printed for the students of class of 2026 contain a blend of numbers and letters that was made to spell out the N-word. That's what they're saying. Yes, that's what they did on purpose. How can we hide it? Let's spell it out with letters and number. District officers and officials said the shirt was distributed to the students on October 16th and since have halted distribution and started an investigation to determine how the shirt design came to be approved, according to this news article. The school system doesn't have a standard process for approving class T-shirts. There is no excuse for this, a representative says. Whether it's incorporated with a slur or was it intentional or the result of negligent and failure in our approval process, this will be unacceptably and wrong. The district has requested all seniors to return the shirts and promised to provide them with a redesigned apparel logo at no cost. The senior class photo will be retaken. All right, so let's see what it says. Here, I'm going to switch over to camera 4. So write this out. You ready? In all capitals. I'm going to write it out too. All right? So it's got, I don't know what they are. Are they it looks like there's an archer or something like that. So it's the South whatever Archers. It's got S, the number 2, all right, the letter N, the letter I, capital I, by the way. Make sure you crown both the top and the bottom. The number 6, the number R, or number R, the letter R, and the letter S, all capitals. So it's basically seniors with 26 in there because they're the class of 26. Now, when you look at that, do I see the N-word? Yeah, no, I don't. I don't want. I see it because you know it's that Laurel and Ollie thing. If you hear a certain word and then someone says no, it actually says this, and then you hear it again, you're like, oh yeah, it does say that. If someone was to show me this shirt, I'd be like, first, you've misspelled seniors. I don't understand what that is. What's the 6? I don't understand the 2. It doesn't make any sense. It looks like a bunch of jumbled up numbers. It looks like someone's password on something. Then they go, oh no, don't you see it? It says, the N-word. And I go, no, it doesn't. It'd be different if it was like NI662RS. Yes, I would agree. That would be the N-word. But it's seniors, and the replacement of the E is the number 2, and the replacement of the O is the number 6. So it's what you make it in your mind, which pisses me off. We're so sensitive. Respect to me now. We're so sensitive now with the whole. I say race thing. You keep making a race thing, it'll continue to be a race thing. That's the way I've always said things. You want to keep making, oh, it's a black person, it's a white person. No. It's a person. It's a human being. Now, here's a prime example of something else. I had a good friend of mine that I worked with at a retail outlet. His last name was Biggers. Biggers. B. All right, you ready? The letter B, I-G-G-E-R-S. Well, that's too close to the N-word, Deacon. Is it? Well, yeah. It's just off by one letter. Then what? Then why? If I was to say, oh, they're doing that and they're just kind of hiding the N-word underneath whatever. No, they're not. Now, could they choose a different font? Maybe. Could they choose a different way to spell it out, to stretch it out? Maybe make the 2 and the 6 pop a little bit more? Maybe. Is it a poor design? Yes, it's a poor design. I'm going to switch back over to it. Is it a poor design? Yeah, it is a poor design. Because it's written just like it's on a jersey. On the back, if you're a football player or a basketball player, it's a generic name across the back of your shirt. It's the same font as that. Should they change it up a little bit? Yes. There's nothing wrong with this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with those letters other than the font and the choice of the design. There's nothing wrong with it. So if you have a problem with it, you're the one with the problem. That's what I'm saying. All right. Did I get you on that one? I'm sorry. All right, guys, if you've enjoyed the show and you love the podcast, make sure you go over to Facebook, follow us over there at Deacon Live, all one word. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, and you can see all the little short videos and stuff that we make. Also, you'll get notifications, and make sure you follow us on TikTok. That's Be Podcast Famous over on TikTok. And if you have any questions or anything, or if you'd like your music to be heard during the show and added to our Spotify playlist, that's music heard on Deacon Live, email me at any time at deacon@prophetradio.com, and we'll talk about getting you on the air as well. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying goodnight and goodnight.
Come back!
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Stupid. So stupid. Bye. Take care.